out and went to the Mexican truck.
All right.
All right.
Shake your hand.
All right, we're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. I'd like to welcome
Must be
everybody here
campaigning
tonight.
for something.
I've asked Councilman Smith to lead us in prayer and pledge. Please, sir.
Let's pray. Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you we're all able to be here. We ask you to guide us to the decisions we make for the city. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Thank you. We will do roll call.
Terry Lamar,
Here.
Choya Shropshire,
Here.
Lori Bradshaw. Here. Travis Miller,
Here.
Randy Chitwood,
Here.
Charles Trammell, Chris Gonthier,
Here.
Bruce Smith.
Here.
We do not have any petitions from the audience, and tonight we will be foregoing the department head reports. We had a lot of our department heads that could not make it, and so they'll be reporting in our department head meeting in the morning with me, and we'll hear what they have to do then. That said, we'll move on to item 4, the consent agenda. Are there any items that we need to remove?
H.
Okay. Is that the only one? All right, do I have a motion to approve all but number 8, or letter H?
Motion.
I have a motion from Chitwood,
Second.
second from Gonthier. Call for the vote.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Gonthier,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Item H, approve a bid from Custom Cuts Lawn Care in the amount of $2,500 for the abatement of a property, excuse me, at 144 Northwest 477 to be paid from real property acquisition reserve, nuisance abatement account 464655450. No other bids received. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion from Chitwood.
Second.
Second from Gonthier. Discussion?
Yes, sir. When I was looking at the proposed bid from this company, it was very unclear as to what was going to happen.
Okay, so I told you I would get that answer, and I am prepared to answer that. So that bid will cover the removal of trees, shrubs, several piles of trash along the fence lines. For the record, this is a property that has been abated and closed back in '21, and then it was brought back for another round of abatement hearings, and we are to the point where the property owner has not cleaned. You can, I think it's the top, 5 or 6 pictures you can see here that are, just pass that down, from yesterday, or from Monday.
Mayor, where is this property located at? I know there's a street address in here, but where is that?
It's off of Old Airport Road,
Okay.
that area, near the modular homes.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay?
Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah. Further questions? Discussion? If none, call for the vote.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Gonthier,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Item 5, Mayor's Report. Item A, discussion and possible action regarding the approval of an application and certificate for payment number 28 dated November 7th, 2023 to CMS Willowbrook Incorporated in the amount of $29,489.17 from 2019 bond project account 878755426. This was tabled in the last meeting.
Make the motion.
I'll say.
A motion from Chitwood and a second from Choya. Do we have any further discussion on that?
Yes, we had it tabled because one of the things that we were concerned with, if it was a final payment, would it lock us up to where we would not be able to pursue? I believe the attorney was supposed to look into seeing if that clause was indeed an enforceable part of the contract.
There is a clause that says, basically along the lines, if you make payment, you are accepting the work, and that it's been completed. There's also a interest clause that if you don't pay something when it's due, it's gonna start charging interest. So you're gonna catch 22 on what you guys wanna do on that.
Is this the final payment?
This is the final payment that we've received. When we have no further scheduled work outside of the warranty issues that they've agreed to take care of.
But we still have a warranty more than 30 days.
I think your warranty will be a 2-year, I believe is what it is.
Well,
don't
the
think that's
warranty on the roof is 2 years. There's other warranties throughout. The heft of the warranties, that cycle started, November 9th was the end of our 1-year warranty. So we took possession of the building November 9th of last year, so.
Okay.
My question I will direct to the attorney. Do you think by paying this that we could be potentially causing ourselves grief down the road should we find the problem?
No, I don't think you'd be causing yourself grief. I think that's certifying that the work is completed. I think if you find an issue after the fact, I don't think it prevents you from still exercising the contract if it's discovered after the fact. I think if you're withholding because you think you might have an issue, they're gonna charge you interest and potentially come after you.
So you do feel if we find something later on
I think you might have a cause for that, yeah.
that we would be able to pursue
Regardless
it?
of this payment, correct?
Okay, thank you.
And I'll add that, again, I said this last meeting and I'll say it again. Ms. Brenna from CMS Willowbrook has been very cooperative with everything we've needed her to do. There's not been anything outside of, those items that are actual warranty that she said she won't take care of. Now, there were some things that were wear and tear items that she said could have happened at any point. They can't verify that it was theirs. But most of those are small cosmetic items. She's got, Carrie, have they been over to the library yet to work on the windows?
They should be, they're waiting on the window company.
Okay, so,
It's in the line.
so, all those things that we walked and looked at before November 9th, they've been communicating and working on, so.
Mayor, I have a question. Jeremy, are you satisfied with your building now? Is there still problems with it, or?
Just the roof, but we're addressing that one area, but as far as
That's it?
we're satisfied.
Okay.
What's being addressed about it?
That skylight, which technically, they say is not on them, because they told them going into it that that's gonna be a problem, because there's no flashing the way that skylight is over the officers area. They said that going in, they told whoever the original people were that.
The architect, probably.
He said that's gonna be a problem with that skylight. His suggestion was remove it if we, wanted to do away with the problem. Remove it, seal it up, and then you would never have an issue right there again, because that's a major area, right? Or there's some other ones, Trammell has more up building than I do.
No, right now it's just
That skylight over the officers area is the major problem. In my opinion, I would say it just needs to go if that's gonna cause us leaks. Because there really is no fix to it at this point.
Those are the skylights that are back there towards the south side over your office
Correct.
area, work area. Okay.
Yeah, they're not required, the ones over the jail are required, and they're not leaking, it's the ones back over the officers area that don't have proper flashing, that they were just engineered wrong, and put on there.
So it appears that Willowbrook said that was a bad thing, and the architect said, yeah, it's good, but we didn't address it at the time and pursue
Somebody
something
did.
to be done
Somebody-
about it.
Willowbrook said that was noted prior to us even doing this, and we said that's gonna
And
be a problem.
we up here accepted that.
I'm assuming,
Somebody did.
somebody did.
And they're saying it's not on them, because they noted that ahead of time, that's gonna be an issue down the road.
But I will tell you from May on, from my start on, that's been addressed every time I talk to her. So, and she's aware and she has
I think we're
agreed
to
to.
the point where, I mean, I don't think it's a hard fix to seal up and shingle over that area.
But it'll be on us, the cost will be.
Yes.
I've said from day one that this building was crappy work from subpar contractors, that Willowbrook let them get by with it, and it's a screwed up mess, and that we shouldn't have to pay for it.
Your probably best way to go into this would be, if there was action to be taken after this, would be to pay your bills off, but then go
If,
for,
if you think there's an issue right now, you can use it as an offset. That's kind of what Terry was saying. I think, based on the city attorney's report, you might want to table this till later in the meeting for the executive session.
Can we,
Some of the questions I'm getting, I'll tell you that.
would you be willing to change your motions?
I will change my motion to table
I'll second.
till later in the meeting.
Okay,
I'll second it.
all right. Further discussion? If not, we'll call for the vote.
Vote to table.
Vote to table till further in the meeting.
Okay. So amending Chitwood and Shropshire, amend to table until later in meeting.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Mueller,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Blumar,
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes.
All right. Item 6, city attorney's report. Item A, possible executive session pursuant to 25-307B4 of the Oklahoma Open Meeting Act for the purpose of discussing a litigation action with city attorney that would impair the ability of public body to process the litigation if done public.
Motion to enter into executive session. I'll second.
We have a motion from Gantier and a second from Chitwood. You can call for the vote.
Mueller,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Blumar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Bradshaw. Yes.
Okay, we will head to the back.
those are the greatest. You remember that?
All right, we are going to go to item B, consider resuming regular session, no action taken during the executive session. Item C, possible action based on executive session pursuant to the Oklahoma Meeting Act for the purpose of discussion with the city attorney to advise counsel of possible litigation action.
Motion to do no action at this time.
Okay,
A second.
I'm gonna give it to Malora, okay?
Yeah, no, don't we need to vote on B?
We have a motion from Gantier for no action and a second from Malor. Call for the vote.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes,
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Malure.
Yes.
Okay. Just to wrap that up, I would like to briefly go back to Mayor's Report, Item A, discussion and possible action regarding approval of application and certificate for payment number 28 dated November 7th, 2023 to CMS Willowbrook Incorporated in the amount of $29,489.17 from 2019 bond project account 878755426.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion from Gantier to approve and a second from Chitwood. Call for the vote.
Gantier,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
yes,
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Malure,
Yes.
Chitwood.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I apologize, we're bouncing back down again. Item D, in the city attorney's report, discussion and possible action to accept final plat for WB Pryor OK LLC as listed in the attached legal and waive reading for the applicant John Rogers with Crafton Toll representing WB Pryor OK LLC.
Make a motion as stated in D.
second,
I have a motion from Gantier and a second from Choya. Discussion. Call for the vote.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
yes,
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Malure,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Gantier.
Yes.
Thank you. Item E, first reading of an ordinance pertaining to the use of automated license plate readers. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
I have a motion from Chitwood, a second from,
Motion and to waive the reading.
By way of discussion, I'm not gonna get into any lengthy thing, but since Charles isn't here, he had some recommendations that he wanted to be considered, just to let the public know. And his goal and his objective was to ensure that citizens' privacy and their rights were protected. One of them was the duration of the time that people that weren't hit, as far as, you know, you weren't found guilty or they weren't looking for you. Anyway, anybody in the public that would like to know what his ideas were, he would like, you know, that you could be able to check with him on that. It was the duration and also accountability and things of that nature. I think it's pretty well, those on the O and I, does that pretty well sum up what his
I believe so.
contention is? Okay, thank you, Mayor.
Mayor, I'd like to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
At what point do we have to go through all the readings of this ordinance? At what point can we put these cameras up?
It's a good question.
Would you like me to answer?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, well, after the first and second reading have been approved, then we have to post it in the paper for 30 days, I believe, and then after that, we are allowed to use them.
From what I understand, that is correct.
Can we
So-
not, can we declare an emergency to where it doesn't have to wait for 30 days?
If we do an emergency ordinance, it would, if I remember correctly, skip the second reading as well, and then we would go and post it in the paper, but when we post it in the paper, it'd be
But I
ready
don't-
then.
I
Here's my
don't know that this
concern.
meets the criteria, though.
That's what I was thinking when you
Yeah.
said it's the.
This time of year, it's supposed to be a good time of year, but it's the most dangerous. You have a lot of kidnappings, you have a lot of murders, you have a lot of crime. And if we had these up, it might help us save somebody this month. But I don't know if we get that quick or not.
The earliest
There's
it's
no
gonna
way
be
at
is
this point.
mid-January.
It could not happen because of the way the city charter is set up. I don't think it could. Even if it was already approved.
What does the attorney think?
I think there's a practical approach. unfortunately, I think that conflicts with your charter. I'm trying to think how to answer this.
'Cause I do know we have to
Well,
have that
public here.
30-day notice.
So I mean, it's been ongoing for 6 months.
Yeah.
We drug this out. I mean, it's time to move on, in my opinion.
Well, and I think I've said this, so I'll say it again. I don't think that Chief had to get permission from the council to use these. The reason he came, this was before I was here, but I think the reason he came was he needed financing for it. And so council said, okay, we'll give you financing if you install them pursuant to our agreement, which made that, which is the reason this has come about, where there's an ordinance and everything. I think if he had funding already, he didn't have to come here under any of your ordinances or your charter. I
Well,
think,
the funding was donated by Cherokee Nation. It wasn't taxpayer dollars. This money was Cherokee Nation money, donation.
For the first year?
Huh?
For the first year?
Well, and he said
Right,
thereafter.
there may be more, okay.
He thinks every year they will continue to give that money to keep these cameras going.
yeah, so
For one of
if it's funded, I think you could probably put it up. Now, once this goes into effect, it'll trump whatever you're doing essentially, but I don't think putting those up right now without this in place is any different than putting a patrol car there.
Well, we've had the discussion, pros and cons, and some of us agree, and I agree, some I disagree, but in the end, we're gonna put it up. I know the votes are gonna be there. Let's, if we can get it up and use that thing this time of year, well, you can tell, it's a dangerous
I
time of
agree.
year.
Jeremy, have you read the proposed ordinance that's in our packet?
Yes, I was there.
And are you, is this the same exact language that was,
This was approved, this exact
Which-
language was approved by the committee.
by the committee, with no changes to it?
Correct.
No, well, there were changes in the
At nine.
committee. This
Right, so,
version was the
but
one approved.
the city attorney and the chief of police are 100% in agreement with the language as it's in this draft.
Are you, let me clarify that question. Are you asking, is that the language I think it should have, or is it legal? Because those are two different answers. It's legal. It was approved by the committee. It's up to, I don't make the laws. Does that make sense?
Okay. There's not any crazy stuff in there about it's only good for 10 minutes, et cetera. You're happy with the language in this?
Correct, yes.
Deal? Okay.
You were part of the discussion when we came up with.
Yes.
Yes, I was there that night. I just think it's a waste of taxpayer dollars or Cherokee Nation money to continue to drag this out when we've already paid for this. I mean, we've lost $6,000 essentially because we drug our feet half a year on it.
I don't think there's anything preventing Chief from putting it up. Once this goes into effect, so if we do the first reading, second reading, and then publish, and 30 days later, I think he has to operate it within whatever ordinances we pass, but there's not an ordinance right now that says you can't use them, you have to use them. I think it's basic, it's a radar, same thing, it's just a police.
But I think we did make I think this was before you, that the
And
committee
there was stuff
the
before.
committee did vote that we had to have this in place before he used them.
And that might be, that was before.
So because of that discussion,
If that happened,
I mean, the only way I think you could bypass it is if it came back up at the next committee meeting
I'd love to go get it and get it.
to withdraw that. I think would be the only way that could be done.
maybe, and I'm not,
But it was
I don't know
before you.
about that, yeah, so.
It was before you.
I just don't wanna waste Cherokee Nation money anymore
No,
and continue to drag this out when they've been very good to us.
So why wasn't we told this at the very beginning of this process, that we don't really have to do it?
Different
I
attorney.
wasn't your attorney.
He wasn't here in that point, so he got here later in the fact.
Yeah, you guys were about halfway into your 6 months when I started.
Oh, true.
So there's nothing we can do right now to make it before mid-January.
You said we can waive, they could vote tonight and then waive the second reading?
There's such thing as an emergency ordinance, but this doesn't constitute an emergency.
What constitutes that, do you know?
Well, you'd have to give notice for the emergency anyway, and we haven't given notice for the emergency.
Yeah, so no matter what, it can't happen tonight.
I can look and see if that's an option. I don't know that that will actually speed it up. It might speed it up a week or 2 weeks.
I disagree with you to appoint an elected chief has that right to do what he sees fit for his department, should be able to run his department like he wants, as far as that end up goes. I mean, he's elected by the entire town. not just one word.
If there was a motion, if Conte is saying's accurate, which I don't have reason to doubt him, then that would be why you can't do it. If there was a motion that has been approved that says you have to wait till this. Then
From what I understand, the
I wasn't here for that.
council instructed that they couldn't be put up until there was an ordinance in place.
Then I think that's,
I can look back and see what
And
that.
because
We
of
may
that,
We may need
That's-
to go
it's
back and
similar.
look for that.
That's correct.
That's what it
Yeah.
said.
I recorded the minutes.
there you go. Okay, well, in that case, I retract what I said. If that hadn't happened,
So to speed it up tonight, we want to waive the reading.
Yes,
That gets us
yes,
a couple minutes faster.
12.
So is that what we have our motion for? To waive?
Yes, to waive the reading. I had the motion, then I went back and said, and to waive the reading.
Troy,
I'll amend my second, and I call for the vote.
thank you.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes,
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Malure,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes,
Gantier,
no,
Smith,
Yes.
Thank you. Item F, first reading of an ordinance pertaining to Oklahoma medical marijuana administration regulations.
so moved.
We have a motion from Gantier.
to waive the reading. I'll make a second.
You want to,
You want to waive the reading?
waive the
Yes.
reading.
No, second with waive the reading.
okay, so we have a motion from Gantier to waive the reading of the first reading of the ordinance pertaining to the Oklahoma medical marijuana, OMMA regulations, and a second from Chitwood.
And Mr. Mayor, just so the public knows, we're just trying to get our ordinances in line with state law.
Correct,
That's the reason for the change.
correct.
So, Mr. City Attorney, in a quick summation then, what is this doing that gets us in coordinates with state law?
so OMMA is now requiring anyone in the marijuana industry to get a certificate from the municipality that they're in compliance with Sydney ordinances. All this is doing is allowing us to sign that certificate.
And this certificate is something that they pay a fee for annually? Does the fee have to be set forth in the ordinance?
It's set forth by council. But it
Okay, but
doesn't
is
have to
that
stay
part
in
of
the
this,
ordinance.
that's separate action?
Yes.
Yep.
So is that on everybody's radar too for the agenda item whenever we pass this?
Would it be the same as other like businesses or, I mean,
That's what I was assuming. I didn't actually look at the.
I mean, if it's a retail establishment, wouldn't it be the same as other retail establishments? Or if it's considered a pharmacy? I don't know,
How does
wouldn't
that
it
break
wouldn't it
down?
follow the same?
I have some proposed prices that I can get to you guys at another time.
Thank you.
And correct me if I'm wrong, we're already doing these inspections. This is just to sign the actual OMMA certificate, right?
Yes, we are doing temporary inspections so that they can proceed with their business as usual until everything's good.
Who is our inspector, and does the inspector have a criteria that they go by or a checklist of
OMA
what they're
has,
inspecting?
OMA has specific requirements that they require. For certain dispensaries don't have as many requirements as grows, thank you. But our commercial inspector is doing that, and BK, since he's the fire marshal, he has to do inspections as well for fire safety. So that's who's doing them all.
And of course, the commercial building inspector, he charges us a fee for doing that,
And the proposed fee that I have is included in that.
plus a little bit extra, plus some,
It covers the fee for the commercial inspector and the processing documents and such.
but only covers their fee and we don't make any extra money off of it.
I can give you all those estimates at
Okay.
a later time.
Thank you.
Further discussion? Let's go ahead and call for the vote.
Shropshire,
yes,
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Malure,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes,
Gantier,
Yes,
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar.
Yes.
Almost skipped you, sorry.
Item G, first reading of an ordinance amending Title V, Chapter 5, Prevention of Youth Access to Tobacco and Vapor Products.
move to approve and waive first reading.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion from Gantier to approve and waive the reading, second from Chitwood. Discussion?
Yes, just a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Did the young group of people that came here that night and asked for this, did they show up and participate at the budget, or at your ordinance meeting to discuss it?
No, sir.
No.
They didn't, but I will tell you, this is exactly what their proposed change was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only difference is the word nicotine is added in 2 or 3 paragraphs from where it was. That's it. That's the only difference from what you currently have.
It matches the state statutes now, and I'd like to thank our youth for coming before us, bringing this to our attention.
Operators, our page, and look at
Wow.
I just want to hear the rest of it.
That walkie-talkie is not supposed to be used today.
All right. Do we have further discussion on that? Okay, if not, call for the vote.
Bradshaw, excuse me, Bradshaw,
Yes.
Mallory,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire.
Yes.
Okay. Item H, discussion and possible action regarding a resolution removing a restriction on the original plat for the Ragsdale addition.
Motion.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion from Joya and a second from Chitwood.
Is this the one that we
You guys
talked about
Oh, there's no
having
resolution.
the other access point and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Yes.
approved the removal, but we have to have a resolution for county to actually remove it from.
Okay.
And what we did with this is, instead of me drafting it, is I kind of took the position, I'll do it, but this is for an individual citizen, not for the city, so we had them go get their own attorney. So this was drafted by another attorney on their dime as opposed to Pryor's dime. But I've looked at it, it
You're
works.
good with it?
Yep. Okay. Further discussion? If none, call for the vote.
Mallory,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Bradshaw.
Yes.
At this point, we'll go to the addendum, item 1, discussion and possible action to allow street department to hire Seth Jinks as an A operator at range D, step 1.
Make a motion?
Motion.
We have a motion from Chitwood and a second from Choya. Questions, concerns?
Is he a current employee?
He is not. Buddy, you want to step up to the microphone?
Is he here tonight?
No, he's working right now. He's where his other part-time job, I guess. But no, he's not a current employee. This is somebody, had 3 applications and by going through there and calling, checking on, he's the most qualified out of the 3. The one that really had the most experience operating equipment and different things. And I just feel that he's probably the best candidate for the position.
I have a question. And part of it's because of my work schedule and everything, when I get things on an addendum late like this. Now, I know you discussed this before, so it's not like it's a surprise. Is there a reason why it is on the addendum but didn't come out earlier? Was it a timing issue or something?
It was my mistake. I was thinking that there was, the day for the interview that I brought it up, that was the last day of the advertisement for that. So the advertisement had to close before we was able to put it on the agenda to vote on.
The agenda came out before that closing.
Okay,
So-
all right.
So that was the only way that we could get it on there.
I just don't like things coming up that we don't actually have a lot of time to digest unless it's an emergency or unforeseen.
And what day do you expect him to start?
I'd like for him to start the 11th. We're gonna start doing some training on them new trucks that we have down there, and I'd like to include him too, in case something happens that somebody's not able to make it in or whatever, and he does, and then he'll already be pretty well cross-trained then, so.
Is the 11th the first day of a pay cycle? Or is that in the middle of some?
Didn't even look at that.
I don't think it'll matter, will it?
Ultimately, it will not
Makes
matter.
it easy.
It is it's the first Monday of the pay cycle, so for them,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Thanks.
Buddy,
Yes, it is.
Is he from around here?
He's from Locust Grove.
Okay. What I'm thinking about is our resume rule. I don't know if we need to discuss that or enforce it or not, or whatever the opinion is. I
Was
trust
that
what
only
Buddy
for
says, but I don't
Council
wanna,
and committee members, not regular employees?
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think it was for the hiring of, I may be wrong,
I'm pretty sure it was just for committee members.
committees and
Council,
boards
correct.
and things like
Okay,
that.
I'm good.
I don't remember that Do you remember differently, Terry, on that?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I don't think it,
If everybody's good, I'm good. That's just a question I wanted to ask.
legitimate
I
question.
call for the vote.
Thank you.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes,
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Item 2, discussion and possible action to allow Pryor Creek Police Department to purchase a 2021 Chevy Silverado 150 four-wheel drive crew cab from Nissan of Muskogee for $39,883. $14,883 to be paid from drug forfeiture account, non-general fund, 96,965,5555, and $25,000 from Light Bar donations account, non-general fund account, 96,965,5528. This vehicle will be used as a detective vehicle. Other bids received for similar vehicles were Four Stars Dodge, $40,877, and McLarty Daniel Chrysler, $40,992.
motion.
We have a motion from
Second.
Choya and a second from Chitwood. Discussion?
Before we go on here, I think Courtney would tell us about what we have in those accounts, which are different than what we thought.
So, funny story, the donations accounts haven't been balanced for quite some time, and I spent quite a bit of time fixing that. And I've determined that the drug forfeitures account, 5555, has $58,968.97. And the Light Bar donations account, 5528, has $51,227.76.
So there's enough money to buy the truck, radio it, light it, we're good.
Yes, sir.
On this one, I'm not opposed to it. I just didn't have enough time to look into it and digest it. So if we go through with the vote tonight, I'll abstain simply because I haven't had a chance to look at it. Not that I know there's anything wrong, not that I'm upset. It's just it sprung up on me, and I work a lot on Monday and Tuesdays, and I haven't really had a chance to look into it.
How many
Right
miles-
here's the one-page paper you need to read with the price on it.
And then I just told you the
Yeah,
amount for
Yeah,
the
but
account.
it's good to digest and make sure some things before I spend that amount of the
So
money.
I want to add a little comment to this, part of why it's on the addendum, as we spoke earlier, Chris, today. Chief had been looking for this vehicle, and when it came to, they brought it up, you said Saturday for you to look at. Was it Sunday or Saturday?
Saturday, we were also started a week or so back, making sure new ones were more viable. They were 50 grand, you can't get them. There's a lot of 53. Well, yeah, it's,
I know,
yeah, it's high. So they went up a lot. So, yeah.
And you said that this had about 41,000 miles on it. It's good condition. Comes with a 100,000-mile factory warranty. So we've still got about 60,000, give or take, on that.
100,000 from the current mileage or 100,000 from zero? So it doesn't really have a,
No, that's, Terry, that's why I just said the 40,000 or 60,000 remaining.
okay.
So,
that factory.
And it's a detective vehicle, so it's driven, it's the supervisor detective, so it's not driven like a lot. So it's not like a patrol vehicle that puts a ton of miles on.
Will there be extra add-ons,
No,
like radio equipment, equipping it out?
we're gonna put a radio that we've already got, and then we'll put some lights on it and a siren, but the lights packages on those are minimal because it's a detective vehicle, so you just need minimal packages on there. We've already looked into that, so
Are you gonna have to wrap it?
no, it'll be unmarked.
Okay,
okay.
We'll have to put a bed cover on it,
Sure.
for his gear, but.
Further discussion? If none, call for the vote.
Gantier,
Abstain.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
yes,
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
All right, item 7, committee reports, budget and personnel.
12.
12, insurance and ordinance.
January, was it the 30th? It's the 5th Tuesday in
28,
January.
I can't remember the date.
Okay,
Whatever the 5th Tuesday in January is.
all right. Street and maintenance,
1226.
you cutting it close. 12/26, all right.
We may not meet that night, but at least that's what it's scheduled.
Well, thank you for being prepared, we appreciate that. Lord, we really appreciate that. Item 8, we have no unforeseeable business. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion from Chitwood and a second from Malure.
Wait, reading.
Oh.
Wait. Listen, call for the vote.
Give me a second. Smith,
Yes.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Malure,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Gantier.
Yes.
All right, we will call to order the Pryor Public Works Authority. Need a motion to approve the minutes of the November 21st, 23 meeting.
Motion?
Second.
Motion from Chitwood and a second from Gantier. When you're ready, call for the vote.
Lamar,
Yes.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Bradshaw,
Yes.
Malure,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Okay. We have no unforeseeable business. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion from Chitwood and a second from Gantier. Call for the vote.
Shropshire,
Yes.
Bradshaw, Malure,
Yes.
Chitwood,
Yes.
Gantier,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Lamar.
Yes.
We are adjourned. Thank you.